had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this
It is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the...
We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. I had to tighten the plan. Yeah. I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. I don't want it if it ain't love. If it ain't, get it away from me. Who you gon' jack if it ain't us? LABB to the bakery. Some mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pray for me. It was just us in the vacancy. We had to get it from A to B. Wheels never felt like this. 2 seats in the hills, how I feel righteous. Blue sheets for the mills, but the deal priceless. New keys can't care what's still private. I might just double it up. Did it? Never enough, I'm with it. 5, 2, 3 on the business. Whole team got wins and the wheels still spinning. I told them what I told them. We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. Hey, I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top. Got a spot and it's locked to the click all in. I got ops, if he drop, I just hit my dance. I was top, they just watched, had to take my wins. They wouldn't let me in. I've been on 10 cents. Who really holding it down? I've been holding it down and I go it again and again. Who was a dummy to doubt? I'm the coldest around, but he folding again and again. I'm in the what? I'm in the day. I'm doing 30 on 30 and up. You in the what? You in the way. Either you rolling or rolling the dust. You with it, so what? Keep it running. We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. Hey, I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on 10.
Responsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. And my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a bearing a message. You're the best, if it ain't me, then you need you a confession. You a mess. You was scary to me. I heard you was the leader, but that ain't a parent to me. Put dust on you like cheetah, run up down the air in the scene. I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's soft, so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Man, I'm walking with some money, man, I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all this loose think the freshman ain't half the man as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Just like the hands on the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm driving the bus, so they threw me under. Heard they mad, they don't wanna bust, so they boo each other. Think that they're the winning team, go losing, then they
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. Come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first pass is incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive. Out of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, Kamara. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On third down, Trubisky. And he finds Sanders. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. The throw over the middle, taken in. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
Will Lutz lining up for the point after.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Swift. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And now it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Lions, first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Sheldon Rankins on the...
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll look to throw here. And his throw here's incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Oh, partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Saints 7, Lions 0.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
They'll take over first.
When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
7 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a toss play right to Swift. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better out.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll score. Touch. Down New Orleans.
Touchdown, Saints.
Wants to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Saints 14. Lions.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He'll buy some time right. Throwing deep for Galladay. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 6. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Hunt. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 44. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Lions on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw here. Heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. On first down, Trubisky. This is caught at the end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far? Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Saints 21, Lions nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the move to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
At the 42-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Open man is Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Score Saints 28, Lions nothing.
Going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
It's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where you permit.
incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Detroit.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's 2nd and 8. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football, but right now they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. They'll run it here with Hunt, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's the fullback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now.
Makes the score Saints 28, Lions 7. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here.
Deontay Harris on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Thomas, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He gets this one complete to Tre'Quan Smith. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. 23 yards the pickup there.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
2nd and 2 at the Lions' 18-yard line.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point. And our score still.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
It's a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans. Rolling along here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. They'll run the toss to Swift. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one incomplete. They'll try to sneak in a deep blow with the clock running down. But to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints just continue to roll. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Lions 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They run it again with Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
7. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So word against symptomatic.
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Complete to
The
Kareem.
Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts.
1st down.
So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. On 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throw in deep for Galladay. And now here is another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
intercepted.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. The 20, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
To kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And they take a knee.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they will take a knee here. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Today's final score, Saints 55.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Saints, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.